It's been a while since I last made a video, and surprisingly, I have good reasons other than me just not being consistent. Today, we're going to talk about something that has honestly changed my way of thinking tremendously, and maybe it's something that's long overdue for you as well. Let's talk rebranding. Hi YouTube, it is Kinaya Denise and I am back with a new video. If you are new here, welcome to my channel, and if you're not new here, welcome back. Today we are going to basically do a reintroduction of who I am, since it has been a while since I last posted, and we are now at like 70 something subscribers. Let's actually look at how many subscribers we have. Oh, my vanity is like, the lights are flickering. I don't think the thing is all the way in, but anyways, we are going to check how many subscribers we have. We have 73 subscribers, and the last time I posted was 3 months ago. So I wanted to do a quick reintroduction of who I am, what I've been doing, what I do, and what this channel is about. But also, this is a rebranding video. Like, this topic is about rebranding, as I am rebranding and ways to rebrand and what it truly means. So let's get into the first topic of today, and that is, where have I been? Kinaya, where have you been? You said this year you're going to be consistent. We're going to post videos. We're going to do all this different content. And I just disappeared. 3 months ago was the last time I did a video, and that was my mom's birthday vlog. So yeah, as you know, if you don't know, I am a psychology major in college. I am now going into my senior year of college, thank God. And I am a psychology major and a music industry minor, and I also work on campus. I'm doing a work study right now as a peer coach, and it is the summertime now, but I am taking some summer classes. I took 2 earlier in the summer, and now I'm taking 2 right now, and I'm also working over the summer. So I'm in an off-campus apartment, and I am still in my college town. I didn't go back home for the summer. So just working on like schoolwork, classwork, and also study work, because it is we do get like different things to do, different projects to work on and stuff like that. And also, I've been working on my own projects. If you've watched any videos earlier in the year, I am starting I have started. Actually, I don't think I should even say I am starting anymore. I have started I guess you can say, identity house. I like to say that, or like identity brand, called Elyseaproserra. And basically that's for women who want to reconnect with their feminine identity. And we just launched a website, and we also have the digital version of the book available right now for $17.99, and physical copies are coming soon, and so much more. You can follow the website. I'll link it in the description. And there's like a journal / blog section. There's an inspiration section where you can find a Pinterest board, you can find a playlist, and then you can also find the monthly muse. And this month, the monthly muse is Persephone, so the playlist and the Pinterest board are kind of inspired by her, and that is a seasonal thing. The muse will change monthly. The playlist and the Pinterest board will change with the seasons. And yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been doing a lot. I also have taken on the role of my National Honor Society, my chapter here on campus. I have taken on the role as president, so that's something new for me. But it it's been very interesting to see, and I really like it so far, but we'll see how it actually goes once we are actually up and running in the fall, because it was not active last year, so I'm kind of like stepping up and bringing it back. So that's going to be very interesting. And I'm looking at my notes. So if I look at my phone, that's what I'm looking at, just making sure I don't miss anything. But yeah, also just focusing on my health, and that can be physical, mental. I've just been really trying to stay grounded, and I'm still in that. I feel like I'm still in that era of finding myself. I think I talked about that on my channel before. I feel like I'm still in that phase of finding myself, and that's kind of what this video is about. But yeah, I feel like my most self in this year, in this season in my life, and I love it. It's very beautiful to see, and I just love that I can, have that recording and seeing my growth, whether that's in my journal or on my YouTube channel, on my social media, through my brand, and just growing with all of these different creative projects that I have been working on. So that's what I've been doing, and that brings us to what this whole video is about. What is rebranding, and why is it so important? Like with my studies, I've always gotten questioned, like, what are you studying? Why are you studying it? Like, what do you want to do later on? And I feel like with psychology, it's a very broad major. It's a very broad subject, and you can go into that field and do anything and everything. And then when people hear the music industry side, they're like, oh, okay, so that's interesting. What do you truly want to do? And at first, I don't think I really knew that myself, until it finally clicked. If you don't know, I was actually a theater major my freshman year, and then I switched over to psych my sophomore year, and music industry as my minor. And at first I wanted to do clinical psychology. I thought this was the way for me. And then once I truly got into the major, I was looking into criminal psychology, which is still something I'm very passionate about. I love learning about it, and it's something that I can still see myself doing in the future. But I just continued to come in contact with people that didn't see my vision of what I wanted to do, or they were always saying, oh, psychology is a very competitive field, and are you sure that you want to do music and psychology? Are you sure you don't want to just focus on psychology, or focus on one thing, or is this really the route that you want to go? And it was more so on the psychology side of things, like faculty in a way. But then I had to sit down with myself and say, neither of these need to be separated. They're both two things that I truly love to do, and it has always been a part of my life. And not just with music, but with acting and writing and dancing. I did liturgical dance, which is praise dancing, and just so many other things that I want to do, and all of these different creative projects and ideas that I have in this head of mine, and I want to do all of them, and there's nothing wrong with that. I had to realize that for myself, that I cannot limit myself, because if I couldn't do it, these ideas and these projects wouldn't keep coming to me the way that they are. And of course, not everyone else will see that, especially in that growing stage that I am in. And that brings me to why I am studying what I'm studying, how I finally found like how that would connect, what I want to do in the future, and how that will connect to what I'm doing now. Because psychology is understanding people and identity, and that's kind of what my Elyseaproserra brand is about, is identity and finding yourself, understanding yourself, and having that space with other women who are also trying to find themselves and understand themselves. Then you have, of course, the music industry part as the business and creative side of building my brand, and not only Elyseaproserra, but other future things that I want to do. And then it just like I said before, no separate careers, but a life where those things support each other. That's when I realized my path wasn't about separate lanes, but one identity connecting them all. So back to that, what have I been doing? And that is rebranding. So what is rebranding? I have a Google definition and then like a summary, my own summary of that definition. Branding in the context of a person means strategically reshaping your identity, skills, and public image to better reflect your evolving goals, values, and aspirations. Personal rebranding is a deliberate process of reinventing self professionally and personally. It involves aligning your outward persona with your inner evolution, ensuring that your skills, experiences, and values are accurately represented to your audience, whether they're colleagues, clients, or the broader public. Unlike superficial changes such as updating a profile picture, rebranding focuses on authenticity and creating a consistent, impactful presence across platforms. Now, my summary of that: rebranding yourself isn't about changing who you are, it's about finally showing the world version of you that's already growing underneath everything you've outgrown. It's a guys, I can't talk today. It's a strategic, intentional shift in how you present yourself, so your image, your skills, and your energy actually match your current goals and values. It's not new profile picture energy, it's alignment. It's the moment you decide your public identity needs to catch up with your internal evolution. So, why do people rebrand? I feel like society has kind of made it something that it's not, and that's one of the reasons why I'm building Elyseaproserra. Like, this video honestly will reveal some of the reasons why I created Elyseaproserra for women. I feel like society has made rebranding such a bad thing. Like, if you know Lala Baptiste, I love Lala Baptiste. I can watch her all day, every day. Like, she is an influencer that I truly admire. And I see like the negative comments about her, like, oh, her rebrand is real. Like, she changed a lot. Like, this is not how she used to be. She think now that she's so feminine, so cutesy, like those type of comments. And I'm like, she's growing. She has grown a lot, and she maybe feels like she's at that age where it's like, okay, I need to get myself together, and this is who I want to be. This is who I see my future self as. And a lot of people don't understand that. My mom, she tells me all the time that we are supposed to change every 7 years. A lot of people don't understand that, because I also feel like that the word change has become something negative as well, which it's not. So throughout this video, I would probably use the word growing, but again, change and rebranding is not a horrible thing. So why do people rebrand? You're leveling up, you're stepping into new roles, new industries, or a more serious version of your career. You've grown, your interests, skills, and worldview have shifted, and you want your presence to reflect that. You're done with old narratives, you're shedding outdated perceptions and stepping into your actual potential. You want your identity to feel true, your brand should mirror your values, your ambition, and the direction you're moving in. Now, when we're talking about this, it's going to sound more so like a business, or if you have a social media presence, but that doesn't necessarily have to be true. It can be your personal life as well. And that's what I'm trying to get at through this video, through this message. And yeah, so little break. Actually, this is my second time recording this video. I recorded it last week. It is July 23rd. This video will be out July 25th. I recorded this video last week. It was supposed to be posted. Actually, no, I recorded this video 2 weeks ago, actually, and it was supposed to be posted last weekend. And I was editing it. It looked great. I did the thumbnail, everything, and then I lost all the footage. The only thing I didn't lose, well, I lost not all the footage, but the most important part of the footage. And then I didn't lose the ending, the middle, and the thumbnail. So I lost all of the beginning. So I'm redoing this actually. And I just got off work and I came home, took my shower. I did a cute Pilates session, and I'm kind of still tired, but I needed to get this video out. But anyways, yeah. How to rebrand. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how do you rebrand. Rebranding really involves self-audit, getting honest about your strengths, values, and identity you're stepping into. Defining your value. We're gonna hear value, identity a lot in this video. We're gonna talk about that a lot. So, defining your value, clarifying what makes you different, what you offer, and why you matter, and updating your presence, your visuals, your voice, your online footprint, all elevated and intentional, and of course, consistency. Making sure every space you show up and feel like the same person, the same energy, the same brand. I am very big on how you act in private shows in public. I am very big on that. And I'm also very big on practice what you're preaching. So building Elyseaproserra has truly shifted my mindset as a woman, as a young lady, as a human being in general. As a college student, it has shifted my mindset so much because I am very big on practicing what you preach, and your private life shows in public. So again, like I said earlier on in the video, I am growing with my brand. I want to grow with my brand. It's not all there. I'm not perfect. My brand isn't perfect, and we never will be. But I want to grow with my brand. So I'm learning as I'm going. I'm teaching what I know I can teach, but I'm also practicing that in my own life. And that's a really good thing to do. Consistency and just making sure your presence truly aligns with who you are trying to show, like who you want to be and who you want them to think you are. So what do you gain from rebranding? First, of course, one of the most important, more opportunities because people finally understand who you are and what you bring. I have gotten out of that mindset. I feel like I'm still working on it though, but I am slowly getting out of that mindset of the people that I already follow, the people that are already in my circle are my audience. My mom had to truly engrave that into my head, because I'm not going to see the results overnight. And most of the time, it's not going to be the people, unfortunately, it's not going to be the people that you're already following, you're already friends with, you're already family, you're family with. It's not going to be them that support you. Your support, your target audience comes in way later. And the main thing you need to do is stay consistent. So more opportunities, more networking, it will come if you truly show what you are bringing to the table. Credibility. because your brain feels polished, aligned, and intentional. Confidence, because you're showing up as your real self, not your outdated self. Relevance, because you're evolving with your goals instead of staying stuck in an old version of yourself. Again, like my mom always told me, we change every 7 years. We're supposed to. You don't want to be, for example, I'm 20. You don't want to be 20 stuck in a 17, 16 mindset. You're stagnated. You're not going to get anywhere having that mindset, but this age. So relevance, evolving with your goals, evolving with who you see your future self as. And the core truth of all of this, branding yourself is not a makeover. It's a reintroduction, like I did today. It's choosing to present yourself in a way that reflects your growth, your ambition, and your future. It's the art of becoming visible as the person you've already become. And that's basically what Elysia is as well. My main motto for Elysia is power is not something you earn. It is something that you return to. It has always been ours by birthright, feminine identity. And we have to learn that it's not something that we earn through trauma. It's not something that we earn because we see someone else has it. We gain it back because it is returning to its rightful place. So let's talk about my branding strategy and how you can use this in your everyday life, whether you do social media, you do YouTube, you do TikTok, you stream on Twitch, whatever you do, you can use this. You want to start a brand, you want to start a business, a social group, whatever you want to do, this is your rebranding strategy. First, get clear on your identity shift. Identify what has changed in your values, goals, or mindset. Decide what version of yourself you're stepping into. Audit your current brand. What part of your current identity feels outdated? What's the alliance and can be carried forward? What needs to be removed, refined, or elevated? Define your new brand direction. Choose the message, tone, and energy you want to communicate. Clarify your strengths, skills, and the value you bring. Decide how you want people to perceive you moving forward. Update your visual and digital presence. Refresh photos, styling, colors, and overall aesthetic. Rewrite bio, descriptions, and your personal narrative. Align your content with the identity you're stepping into. Align your behavior with your brand. Show up consistently in the way your new identity requires. Set new standards for what you say yes or no to. Make choices that reinforce the brand of your building. Communicate the rebrand. Let people know what's changing and why. Share the evolution, not the excuses. Set expectations for what they'll see from you going forward. That is a huge one. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I don't care who sees this video. That's a huge one for me because I feel like people don't really take me serious right now. And that goes for family and friends. I feel like they're not taking what I'm doing seriously. They're not taking my brand seriously. And they still show up how they think I used to be. Like, if I say that this certain page will only be business now, message this page instead if it's personal, no one will listen. And just different things like that. So really communicating why you're changing, not in an excuse way, but, you know, just having them be aware. Because if they're not aware, then they can't, like, you know, align themselves with, not necessarily, I'm not going to say align themselves with you, because they don't have to do that. They don't have to do that, but more so respecting who you now are. And if they don't respect that, it's all about boundaries. If they don't respect that, then they're not growing with you, and they have to be let go. And then maintain consistency. Again, of course, keep reinforcing the new identity through your actions. Stay committed to the direction you chose. Allow your brand to evolve naturally as you grow. Again, grow with your brand, grow with your business, grow with your content. There was something else I wanted to say, and it just but yeah, just continue to evolve naturally. Do not try to force anything. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I was going to say that you can rebrand as much as you want. And we're going to actually talk about that next. But, you can rebrand as much as you want, because you know who you want to be. You know who you are. And until you truly get there, until you truly feel like this is who you are supposed to be, continue to grow, continue to change what you want to change in your life. Continue to align yourself to that future person, that future goal. So, that being said, when remaining turns into never finishing, rebranding versus rebuilding versus restarting, because there's a huge difference between constantly rebranding and I'm not going to say constantly, but there's a difference between rebranding and constantly restarting over. Rebranding is evolving your identity while keeping your foundation. Rebuilding is adjusting or restructuring parts of your brand. And restarting is wiping the slate completely clean. The issue is that restarting becomes a problem only when it becomes a cycle that stops you from ever completing the thing. Signs you are stuck in a restart cycle. You restart every time you feel overwhelmed or unsure. You keep changing your direction before you've given the last one a chance to grow. You never reach the execution stage. You stay in planning mode. You feel like you need to perfect before you can begin. Compare yourself to others and convince yourself your idea isn't good enough yet. With Elyseaproserra, I don't know if I ever told the story on one of my YouTube videos talking about Elyseaproserra, but it is talked about in the guide. I had this vision since middle school. I want to say 8th grade. I had this vision of something like this. I just didn't know what it was going to be. I had a friend, we shared the same birthday and stuff like that. We were really, really close. We've known each other since kindergarten. We wanted to come together and build a motivational speaking type of social group, and I remember the name too. It was Who I Am, and we made an Instagram for it and everything, but it never got far. We were middle schoolers, but I always knew that I was going to do something like this. I always knew I was going to do something like that, and I always had it in the back of my mind. I didn't get the idea of a women's identity house social group until I got here to college. I didn't get the name until last year. And now look where we are. We have a website, we have a business bank card, we're getting somewhere. We have a whole guide and so much more coming. So yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about, honestly, because again, I have so many ideas in here, and some I've had in my head for years, and they're just now getting worked on. I'm okay, let's start planning, and that's really an accomplishment for me, because I'm a perfectionist, but I do procrastinate and contemplate a lot because it needs to be perfect. And that's something I am learning to just shed off of me. It doesn't have to be perfect. If I'm still growing, it can still grow with me, because eventually it's going to change anyway. And that mindset has gotten me so far. It's gotten me here. So, yeah, just do it. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Just do it. Like Nike says, just do it. So why do people get stuck restarting? The main one is the first one, which is fear. Fear of failing, fear of being judged, and fear of not being ready. Who cares what anyone says? There's someone out there that's going to support you, someone out there that probably had the same vision as you, but didn't want to start it, didn't have the confidence to start it. And they see you do it, they're going to jump on board. Comparison. Seeing others further along and thinking you need a better identity first. Comparison is, honestly, I said fear, but I think comparison is the biggest one. We see how society is portrayed, how social media portrays different things, and we just get dragged into that dark hole of comparing ourselves to other people. But you can't always go off what you see on social media. So, again, just do it. Insecurity, feeling like your current version isn't worthy of being seen. Perfectionism, believing the brand must be flawless before you launch anything. And lack of clarity, starting feels easier than sitting with uncertainty. And how to know when you should rebrand versus when you're just avoiding. Healthy rebrand. You're refining, elevating, and moving forward. Avoidance restart. You're erasing, hiding, or delaying. Healthy rebrand. You can explain the shift clearly. Avoidance restart. You can't explain it, you just don't feel ready. Healthy rebrand. You built on what you already created. And avoidance restart. You throw everything away. How do you break a restart cycle? Commit to one direction long enough to see results first. Accept that your brain will evolve after you launch, not before. Stop comparing your timeline to someone else's. Let your brain grow through action, not constant reinvention. Give yourself permission to be seen in progress, not perfection. Rebranding is normal and needed. People change, so your identity, goals, and direction will too. Rebranding is simply updating your life to match who you become. It's not dramatic, it's maintenance. You're supposed to outgrow old versions of yourself. Rebranding keeps you aligned, not stuck. With all that said, continue to grow, continue to align yourself with who you want to become. I talk about in my guide, like you pick your three muses in my guide, and basically that's anyone that you really look up to. It can be an influencer, it can be a family member, it can be whoever that you truly look up to, and truly study them, research them. And for example, my person is Audrey Hepburn. I love Audrey Hepburn. Am I anything like her? That's not for me to judge, to say. But I will ask myself all the time, what would Audrey do? And I ask myself that because her character, not that I want to be like her, but her characteristics, that's something I want to see in myself. And however those characteristics look in me compared to her, that's a different story. But I want to truly align myself with the characteristics that she has. And that's okay to do. That's why in my book I say pick your three muses, research them, interviews or whatever that you can find of them. And if it is an influencer, but if it's like a family member or something, talk to that family member, But yeah, just keeping yourself aligned with however you see yourself in the future. And that can be mentally, that can be physically, that can be materialistically, that can be emotionally, whatever. If you see yourself with, I don't know, a Lamborghini and a penthouse and a big business, 6-figure business, live that life now. It's not fake it till you make it. Live that life now however you can until you truly get there. And that is the end of this video. With that being said, thank you for watching. Go do whatever you have to do. Go clean out your followings, and just continue to stay true to yourself. Bye.